Oh, thank you.
I present to you the much beloved and admired Celia Sullivan.
Oh, thank you, people. Do I still use this and this?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Okay.
The camera picks up one of them, and everybody else hears.
It's the other one. Okay. All right. Mary Ann Chung gave me a list of questions, and I just answered them. So I'm going to read them. And then if you have any other questions, feel free. Okay. My inspirations come mainly from people watching certain fabrics and patterns. I've taken many classes that have shown me useful techniques and given me great ideas for new creations. I've taken classes from fantastic teachers from all over the world, from Australia, New Zealand, London, and then cross country. And I do a lot of hands-on classes, and a lot of others are online, which I discovered, and they're very good classes. I'm always thinking and trying something new and different. And a dear friend of mine in a cloth doll club that I belong to, which is Sugarland Searchers Doll Club of Maryland, and I was so taken by how it was made that I asked her if this doll was a pattern or does the maker teach classes. I got an answer of yes on both. Thus began my venture of creating dolls that make you smile. I've been creating nonstop since, well, about 20 years now, and this doll with the red hair is my very first one, and that was one that I had seen my friend have. And fortunately, the teacher did have a pattern, and yes, she did give classes. So off I went. When I begin a doll, the basics are the head, arms, legs, and body. And after that, all the fun begins. I try to make each doll as an individual with its own character and personality. Surprisingly, the doll will tell me how they want to look, which isn't always what I had in mind. But hey, I go with the flow. My studio is not organized at all, but if I see a piece of material, a ribbon, or even a piece of jewelry that will work, it inspires me. I have had to learn lots of different techniques. Painting the faces is the most difficult for me, but it is the very essence of every doll. At one show, a very young girl looked at a doll and just fell in love with her. Her mother later came back to my booth, and this was at the Wakefield show 2-3 years ago. And she told me, and I quote, "That doll has a soul, Mommy, and she is speaking to me." I had never had anyone say that before. So actually, Mom came back and bought it for her for Christmas. I've had many other people see someone they know, and they will ask, "How did you know what she looks like?" Well, I don't. I've never met the person. It just comes out when the needle sculpting is done, and believe me, that is when the doll starts to take on its own personality. Just to give you an idea of the skills I have learned over the years: hat making, shoe making, which, I painted those, but anyway, sculpting toes, fingers, and wig making. And the hair can be a real challenge, just like all of us women. We have challenges, that's a challenge. I collect everything from scrunchies to yarn. I have even used real hair on some dolls. I collect old jewelry for embellishments, and I will try anything that catches my eye to see if it works. I try to recycle as much as I can, such as this dress is recycled, these two outfits, that one over there is all recycled, and half of her costume is recycled. Thrift stores, shopping is one of my favorites, especially because of the mystery of what I will find. I have also had people that come to my booth and say, and I quote, "Oh, I have this or I have that. I'll never use it. Would you like it?" Of course, I never turn down anything, which is why my studio is always utter chaos. I am there forever seeing things that have a possible use. Seldom do I use an item that it was designed for, only what I can use them for. I also collect chairs, candle holders, anything that catches my eye for displaying my babies. Setting up displays is also a big challenge. When a creative block happens, and it's inevitable, I try to disassociate myself and get involved with something else until my mind is clear and refreshed. Nothing is harder than trying to force creativity during a blockage. I'm sure everybody here knows that. Most days I'm at my sewing machine up to 8 hours a day, sometimes more when getting ready for shows. I have recently started sculpting with paper clay, and I'm having a real adventure with this technique. And who is it? Laura said she had tried her hand at paper clay. So isn't it fun?
Oh, I love it.
Yes. It's a whole new world and lots of fun. When I get brave enough, I may switch over and just do that. But making cloth dolls is still my favorite. Envy HG has given me the courage and confidence to get out there and sell my creations, and I thank you all for your support and encouragement. It's all yours.
Thank you so much, Celia. That was wonderful, and I encourage everyone a little bit later to come up and look at some of the detail on these dolls. They're really quite amazing.
One thing I forgot, may I? I also at one of the shows saw Alan had made a book for Emily, so I approached him, and yes, he did make a wonderful book for me, and it's, if you want to look at it, it's up here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everyone, a big round of applause for Mr. Celia.
Thank you.
Don't touch it. Yes, he'll have to shoot you. Okay, we need a couple of housekeeping items. I assume that everyone